The following program was produced or sponsored by a community member. The content, views, and opinions expressed are the sole responsibility of the producer and do not reflect those of Malden Access Television, the City of Malden, or your cable provider. MATV welcomes your comments. Please call us at 781-321-6400 or email us at access@matv.org.
Here we go.
All right, there's tip-off. Welcome to the MNBL action down here at the Ferryway School. This is game number 2 between the Lakers and the Sonics. And I am GoRefGo, joined in the Cablecast booth by the mayor of Malden, Mayor Gary Christensen.
Honored to be with GoRefGo and the MNBL.
And I am honored to be sitting here with, my opinion, one of the best mayors the city's ever seen. Definitely up there.
Thank you. I could use that after the week I've had with all the snow.
I can imagine. Oh, what a deep three. He tried to start the game, started his scoring offense off with a big three.
Where that pass was intended for.
And that was a Hail Mary pass. I think he thought today was Super Bowl Sunday and he was playing in Arizona. The commissioner just said it was a little high on our side. Just a bit high.
Now, the thing I like about this matchup, GoRefGo, is we have two pretty prolific scorers in Jeremy Altoum, Nick Scoville.
Wow, that was
See what I mean?
Yes, there it is. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Nick Scoville already with 5 points in the first quarter here, first couple minutes of the game. So I'm looking for this to be a battle between Scoville and Altoum. Altoum averages almost 17 points a game. Look good from Altoum.
Nice defense there by the Lakers. Now, we just witnessed in game number 1 the biggest Schneid versus the second biggest Schneid. The two lowest teams in the standings. These two teams are pretty evenly matched.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I think the Sonics are right behind the Lakers. Oh no, right ahead of the Lakers on the in the standings.
Yes, this is a big game for both teams.
Yes, huge game. Huge implications going forward in the season.
Yes.
Jockeying for that 4th position of the Lakers at 2-4, and the Sonics trying to maintain or improve out of the 4th position at 3-2.
Yeah, if the Sonics win this game, this could really separate them from the pack.
Yes.
Control foul right there, baby.
And Coach Beanie Amos is ecstatic. Hashtag happy.
Team control foul, baby.
And I'm happy.
Yeah, that would be Coach Beanie Amos's theme song right about now. He definitely likes the call from the officials.
Wow, no call there? I thought Altoum got hacked.
I thought he did too, but they're going to call it out of bounds. Still going to say Lakers ball, but I saw about 6 hands all over him. That was a pass over the rim. That's what he was trying for. We told him to take Taylor Swift's advice and just shake it off.
Right now, it's the Nick Scoville show. He's got all the points in the game.
All 5 of them, and it is 5-0 right now. We do have a shutout going in the opening minutes of this first quarter. Anthony, coming in? Momentarily, we will be joined by winning coach today of head coach Anthony Soldano, who will be joining us in the Cablecast booth momentarily. His team defeated the Bullets in the opening game today.
That's going to put Jeremy up top. Hold one.
Lakers foul number 1, Jeremy Altume. His first personal and his second team foul.
Altume with the foul.
Off to a slow start, averaging 17 a game.
Scoville hits his first free throw. First of 2.
Which is surprising because the Sonics are shooting 34% at the free throw
I
line.
did see that, yes. Very bad averages. And with the back arc on the backspin on that shot, you knew that wasn't going in.
Altoumi coast to coast.
Tried anyway. It hacked in the act on his way there. And we got a almost a line change coming in for the Sonics. 3 players. Get ready to come in. It's 3 out of the 5.
Morales.
Subs on both sides now.
Jeremy Camoni up top.
Be prepared to have your left ear blown out, by the way, with Coach Beanie Amos right next to you. And Altume hits the first free throw, goes in for the second one and nails it. So finally breaks the goose egg for the Lakers halfway through the first quarter. In this 4-quarter matchup here, battling for a good spot in the standings this Saturday afternoon in January. Hey, you had number 0 defending number 0 there, by the way. Number 0 on the Sonics is Lucas Lima. Timeout, first one of the game, called by the Sonics. I will say, we are at pretty much the same pace, Mr. Mayor, in this game as we were in that first game.
And what do you think of the tempo so far?
Pretty slow-paced. I think both teams need to step it up. I think it needs to be less dribbling coast to coast. I think there needs to be more passing, and there needs to be more shots on basket. I think they need to get in down low and really drive the ball home, because they're not doing that. I don't know how many attempts there's been this game.
As I look over at the Lakers huddle, it's the Reverend that's doing all the talking.
That can be a typical thing. Depending on how, as we get later on in the game, you'll see Coach Amos take over. But, I mean, early on, when you're looking for those words of motivation, who better?
Yeah, who better?
I mean, they're not out of it. It's only the beginning of the game, and it's only 6-2 right now. So
right.
I can't imagine what was possibly discussed. Maybe Lakers coaches told them they need to slow it down a little bit. Maybe buckle down more on defense. Maybe even single out Scoville. Or is it too early, do you think?
These bangers.
Taglieri with number 15 for the Sonics. He's the big boy on the court. He's gonna be stopping some drives to the hoop. That's for sure. Scoville again. Passed it off this time. Good rebound by the Lakers.
Yeah, he's been hustling.
That was Kadri. Took too many steps. Ball's going the other way now, back in the hands of, what a surprise, Nick Scoville. This time he's going to pass it off to Muhammad. Kimoni, boom, pass it off. Oh, nice.
Altoumi.
And I hear a hashtag splendid from Coach Beanie Amos yet again. Except he minus the hashtag part.
Taglieri?
Taglieri, yes. Joe Taglieri, number 15 for the Sonics. Big man down low, playing defense right now.
I was surprised there wasn't a call there.
I know. Borderline.
Wow, reverse scoop.
At least his butt cheeks didn't get tight, as Vanessa Dudley would say. Now this is what the Lakers need to do. They need to slow the pace down, take their time, bringing the ball up court, let their offense.
Yeah, because you're not going to run with them.
No, you're not going to keep up with the Sonics. Look at this, perfect example. Scoville all by himself. Oh, He was hacked in the act on the way up to the hoop is when the foul occurred. On the way up. So Scoville will go to the line and shoot 2. So since we're still in the infant stages of this game, one of the things that I used to like to do when I was doing commentary is pick a winner. So I'm going to have to go with not because they're in the lead, but the team that's in the lead as far as the standings are concerned. I'm going to go with the Sonics on this, just because they've shown me more in these first 10 minutes or 9.5 minutes.
I would agree. I've been able to follow Nick Scoville's career, and he's a prolific scorer.
You've been here every year since he's been a player.
Yes, I've watched him come up, and that's why I agree with you.
Yeah, Scoville is definitely the leader of the Sonics offensively. If I'm the Lakers, he's the guy I want to isolate. Another splendid 3-second violation called against the Sonics in favor of the Lakers, who will now bring it down court again. Let's see if this time this possession can generate 2 points or at least some sort of offensive, maybe 3 here. Nope. Again, the Lakers waste another possession, Mr. Mayor. Able to bring it down court at their own pace and yet rush it once they get it in the zone.
This game has the potential of getting out of hand quickly.
Scoville,
him.
Again, out of the 14 points, I'd have to check the books to be official, but I swear he's got at least 11 of them. At least 11 of them.
And what the Sonics are doing right, too, they're just not letting the Lakers' leading scorer get going, Altoumi.
Exactly. Well, the Lakers have not been able to get the ball to Altuve under the basket because of the Sonics defense. Scoville passed it off this time, and it was a great pass under the hoop to Lima, who shoots it up for 2. And this is what I mean. So this is good by the Lakers. They bring it as soon as they get it past half court, they rush the offense, and the Sonics, they play right into the Sonics' hand. The Sonics just let that happen. And yet again, another possession without a score.
But notice Altoumi made something good happen.
He at least caused the whistle to get blown for his team. So now we're going to go up to the line for 2 points. And Altuve hit his first 2 that he shot earlier in the game. That's responsible for 2 out of the 4 points that the Lakers have. Could not hit the first one, though. What do you think? You think he'll hit the second one?
I mean, he's averaging 17 a game. I'd say yes.
So right now he's 50% from the free throw.
Good save!
2 for 4. Good save by Altuve. Good defense. Could not get that 3-point shot to land to try to shrink the margin, ending that first quarter at 16-4. Mr. Mayor, what do you think the Lakers have to do going into the second period?
I think they have to do what you said they had to do, which is just very slow and tepid, and just try and grind it out and hope for the best. What's up?
Do you think the Sonics should change their game plan?
Not at all. I mean, they're up 12, and they're running on, and this is without even utilizing their newest tool, Chuck Taylor.
Right, who they just recently acquired during the first game earlier today, when the paperwork got submitted by Coach Jeremy Rocker at the last minute, the witching hour, as we say.
Looking over at the huddle. He's just getting used to his new uniform, and they're up 12. So
yeah, right. So you can only imagine if he gets in the game.
if he gets going, right.
Now, if you're the Lakers, going into this period, do you isolate Scoville, or do you continue with your game plan? Because, everybody says you got a game plan going into it until you get punched in the face, so to speak.
Go, ref, go. Let's look. 16 points scored by the Sonics. Scoville must have, 12 of them?
At least.
I would clamp down.
I'd isolate Scoville.
That's right.
I try
That's
to make
it.
him commit
Make everybody
some
else
fouls.
beat you.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
Yep. And look at this. It's actually Lima that has the ball driving hard aggressively under the hoop. Another timeout again. This time by the Sonics. I think it's their second timeout they've used.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he would call a timeout there.
He must have saw something underneath the hoop that he absolutely didn't like. It's the only thing I can think of as to why he would call a timeout only 14 seconds into the quarter. That was a quick timeout. I didn't quite hear what he was saying.
I thought he was going to possibly put Chuck Taylor in, but it looks like he's staying with the same lineup.
He might be keeping him till the second half, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe as a secret weapon in case the game goes the other way and the Lakers start showing some sort of a comeback or even gain the lead. You know, you have that in your back pocket. Why show it now, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's planning on using him only if he absolutely needs to, and doesn't plan on getting him in the game at all this game. Or he has to play the minimum time.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean, he hasn't
right
really
now,
practiced with this team yet.
Right now, this game is just really on the brink.
I'm getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I agree. Against the Lakers, for that matter.
Yeah, we might have Nestor Dudley back in the booth before we know it.
Yes. If Coach Amos walks out of this building, because that's what keeps Nestor Dudley out. Because Coach Amos and Nestor Dudley can't be in the same building at the same time.
Oh, what a pass!
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's highlight right there, highlight reel.
Absolutely, that will definitely make the Around the Rim this Thursday. If it doesn't, I'd be shocked. Oh, his butt cheeks got scared there, Mr. Mayor. He could have went up for that. He could have had a wide open lane right there, and he passed it. That's going to stay Sonic ball. As it went off the foot of one of the Lakers. I'm not sure which one. I missed the number. Right in front of us. Right on our laps there, Mr. Mayo.
Oh, what a move.
Oh, good defense there.
Yeah, it really was.
Great defensive move. I can't see his number. I'll tell you who it was.
Couldn't control that hot potato.
Morales, yes, hot potato. It was Steven Morales with the defense for the Lakers, by the way.
But even with that nice play, it's still 18-4.
And look at this.
Sonics.
This is what I'm talking about by the Sonics. They are playing at their pace. If the Lakers gain a little bit of speed and momentum, they slow it down. And Coach Amos looking for backcourt, but it did not touch the backcourt at all. Did not even reach across the black line. I know because I'm sitting right on it. Nice pass.
Oh, it looked good.
By Boone. Boone again with the ball. Pass it up to Altuve, who cannot make, well, it does make something happen. I apologize.
But that's what you got to do. Every time down, he should be touching the ball. Altuve.
Well, I think what their game plan is they want to get him the ball, but they want to get him the ball in the paint or at least down low.
Yeah.
I think that's too late.
Yeah.
I think they need to start giving him the ball outside of that three-point lane or maybe outside of the paint, because otherwise they are having a hard time getting him the ball and giving him the opportunity to score. Not sure. There seems to be some sort of issue going on. I'm not sure exactly. A couple of different issues. It sounds like we have parked cars that need to be moved for plowing purposes, I think.
And I think the ref wanted to grab a slice of pizza before these foul shots.
I think he was looking for a water, maybe.
Who's that foul on?
I don't know. Who's the foul on, do you know?
There you go.
And Altuve with a steal off the inbound. Could not make anything happen, though. Johannes driving down court. But it's Boone who slows things up for the Lakers.
That's what they need to do.
Smartly
Half
done.
court set. Half court set.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
Yep, that's right.
They need to swing it. Coach
That's
Amos
right,
is
Coach
telling them
Amos.
to
That's
swing.
right.
He's absolutely correct. He's giving them words of wisdom from Coach Amos. Words of wisdom. 3 seconds. That's the second 3-second violation by the Lakers this half.
And ladies and gentlemen, here is Chuck Taylor.
Entering the game for the first time as a Sonic. after the most controversial trade in MNBL history.
There we go. Yes. Green, 32. Illegal.
Offensive foul on the Sonic number 32.
His first stat as a Sonic is a foul.
Illegal block.
AKA team control foul.
As Coach Amos has informed us all, that's AKA, also known as a team foul. And Coach Amos is relying on the team fouls to tally up so we can start getting those free twos. Ooh, travel call, definitely traveling. They were looking for the foul, but it was a travel before he fouled.
Yeah.
Because he definitely took about 5 steps before he bumped into the Laker player. I agree with that call 100%. Definitely a travel, not a foul. I don't know, should I make that same prediction we made in the first game? I don't think these two teams are going to get to 50 points. We're at the same
I think you
scoring
might be right,
pace.
yeah.
Although the first team, one of the teams did get to 50 points.
Here he comes.
That's you, baby. That's
Oh, what a play.
Talk about walking. There you go.
Who scored that? I had my back.
Walkie, number 3 for the Lakers.
Number 3 for the Lakers, Walkie Joseph.
Little life here as we get closer to the half.
They're trying to at least end the half on a positive note, maybe get into some double digits here. And there's a... Is it a...
Are you
Nope.
sure, Mike?
Oh, call the travel. I thought it was a foul.
I thought it was
Look
too.
good from my vantage point, Mike. Just saying.
Same hit.
I agree
Same
with
here.
Coach Amos on that. All of us agree. It looked like a foul from here. But, you know, I will say the referee had the better angle on that.
True.
You can't argue with that.
True.
Let's face it. He was right there, happened in front of him. We got 6 players in front of us. And no monitor. There's a foul, but it's against the Lakers, not for them. Right now, the Sonics have a 2-1 lead, a 3-1 lead, excuse me, over the Lakers. Coming into the game for the Lakers is number 13, Randeep Saini, if I'm pronouncing that correct, who has some fashionable Nikes, by the way. Even though it's not October, I say pink supports breast cancer all year round.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Missed both, right?
He missed both?
Yeah.
He missed both. Missed both free throws.
But no harm because the Sonics get the ball back, and here goes Chuck Taylor right
It
now.
would be no harm regardless, but if you just take a look at the score anyway. Nice.
Slow it down, that's
It was
it.
a bad pass, but it was a nice recovery on the pass by Walkie Joseph. Just got fouled, I believe.
Laker timeout. Laker timeout. Laker timeout.
Thank you. So many bodies flying by me so fast, like that keep blowing the papers out of my hand. Keep losing my roster sheets.
Now, looking at the Lakers huddle, Jeremy Altoumi said what you said. Let's slow it down. Let me touch the rock. Good things will happen.
Yes. But I think what they need to do is they need to bring Altuve up, and they need to adjust their offensive positioning to account for the fact that the Sonics defense is actually stopping the Lakers from getting the ball to Altuve under the hoop.
Right. Now, over in the Sonics huddle, things look pretty calm, as they should be. They're up 18-6.
2-1 lead, basically.
Hey. What's up, Coach? Hey.
All right, so I figured out what the issue is. The issue was that one of the cars that needs to be moved is the referee's car.
Ah, okay.
That's what the issue is. And the referee's keys are locked up in one of the teachers' rooms for safety purposes.
Okay.
Otherwise, we would have only had one referee for this quarter while he would have moved his car.
Which, the way the game's going, maybe that's
We
all
only
you
need,
need.
yeah, right. First game, too, it's all we needed was really one referee.
Yeah.
The Lakers will inbound this ball.
And that's the play they came up with. I don't know.
I don't think that was the play they designed. I think it wasn't quite executed as well. But Altuve from top of the key.
Go right up.
Good rebound.
That's you.
Oh,
Smart
Up the
move by
glass.
Joseph, trying to get it to Arcady rather.
oh, what a play. Yeah, that's ATR worthy.
Hoop in the harm. Hacked in the act. The and one.
That's an around the rim highlight right there.
Absolutely worthy of all three titles, too. And that actually reduces the score down to 10-point difference. If he hits it here, they'll be within 10. He does! He nailed the and one. That was a huge three-point
Really
play.
was, yeah.
Just for the Lakers going in with 2.5 minutes or so. The Lakers really need to score a few more points to be able to hold their heads high going into the second half. So far, momentum, I feel, is starting to shift towards the Lakers. A couple of breaks, couple of calls by the officials going the Lakers' way. That three-point conversion play, and now Altuve with the ball right at the start of their offensive barrage. And look at that drive to the hole. Just a little short.
That's how to work, Jeremy. That's how to work, Jeremy.
And both teams fighting for possession of the ball. We're going to have a jump ball down in the Lakers' territory, though. Now, if they win this jump and they get possession out of this jump, this could be huge. Here it is. Oh! But it's still going to stay Lakers ball, though. So no harm done. But that was a botched opportunity. Absolutely. I believe that was a botched opportunity. They had a guy wide open.
They sure did. It looked great.
And again, they got him wide open. And again, he cannot deliver. And that is number 2, Arcady for the Lakers. Right underneath the hoop and could not put it in. Tried using the glass, called glass, just didn't get it to go.
Oh,
Three.
wow. That hurts.
That hurts. Huge. That null and voids that 3-point conversion play they had earlier, brings the lead back up to 11. You want to try to reduce that lead to within double digits going into the half, so you don't feel too deflated coming out of that going into the third quarter. No, no pun intended, of course.
Go one, Morales! Go one, Morales! That's how to work, Morales!
Despite the losing effort thus far, Coach Beanie Amos is shouting words of inspiration.
You never know it, that they're down 12.
That seems to be the theme all day today, which
Sure
is good.
is.
I mean, we like good sportsmanship here in hard competitive games, but I don't have a number 11 on my roster. Do you see 11 on
No,
that?
I don't.
Who's number 11? I don't have him on the sheet.
Morales?
Morales. Oh, here we go. He's listed as number 4. Offensive violation, a violation by the shooting team at the time. I believe it was encroachment into the paint before the ball was released. You know what I've noticed, and I know this is the trend, we got a foul on the Sonics.
Number 0?
Yep, number 0. Lima. Lucas Lima. You know what I've noticed, and I know this is the trend just in fashion alone, but specifically on the court today, if you're trying to watch people's feet, you've got a barrage of colors to look at.
Yeah, you really do. You're right.
Look at all the different color sneakers we got. White, pink, purple, blue, green. Cardi couldn't hold on to it. As soon as he lost to Morales, Cardi's teammate tried to recover it.
But bodies falling everywhere and no fouls being called. Maybe the refs
There was a
letting them
foul
play.
being called. That's why the Sonics will inbound from here.
Okay.
It was a foul. Patrick Johnson.
But under the
inbound
Lakers hoop, it seemed like there were 3 or 4 that got.
Yeah, that just went by the wayside there. Did not get called. Well, you know, we are going into the half. It is 21-9.
Yeah.
The game is starting to get out of hand. So maybe the refs are just letting them play it a little bit. Maybe trying to give a little bit of a offensive break to the Lakers to get them back into it. Sometimes Randeep Sani. Now sometimes that does happen in sports where, you know, especially in youth sports where one team is getting slaughtered, the referees may not call certain things or may make certain calls that they would normally let go depending on how they, you know, and that's where the judgment, where the human element comes in to play, you know, and that's why you can't really judge referees when they try to do something like that, because they're just trying to get the kids back into the game. You can't say it is changing the game, but in a sense it isn't, because referees are using their human judgment. What a block by the Sonics,
He got
number
fouled,
7.
but no foul. Wow. He flew back. And
yeah, they're letting them play here on this end, but they're not letting them play on the other end. So it's very quite interesting.
Rocky Joseph's had a decent half here in terms of those scrappy plays.
For effort, yeah absolutely. And Icardi, too, for that matter. Here's Altuve again.
Yeah, the Lakers go as Altuve goes.
Oh, Luma hit the ground hard. Dropped the rock. Gave it up to Altuve, who has it now. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Trying to shoot it off balance. Coach Amos was yelling 3 seconds, not for a 3-second violation, but 3 seconds left in the half. And that being said, at the end of the first half between the Sonics and the Lakers, the Sonics are up 21 to the Lakers 9. Going into the second half, Mr. Mayor, what do you think has to change for this game to improve for the Lakers?
I think the Lakers need to just slow it down and try and grind out the win. They're not going to run with the Sonics. And if they don't do that, I fear the second half could be a long one for the Lakers.
I agree 100%. I also think that Altuve cannot go into the second half being the only person scoring for the Lakers. Their other players like Joseph, who's been really playing scrappy in the paint, needs to step up and try to see if he can score. Same thing with maybe some of the other bigger guys like Icardi, who had opportunities right underneath the hoop that could not deliver. They cannot let those opportunities go by the wayside. They need to be able to capitalize, otherwise this game's getting out of hand.
I agree.
So that being said, for Mr. Mayor Gary Christensen and Go Ref Go, we will see you at the second half of the Lakers versus the Sonics. See you at the half.
And I don't know if the lack of scoring by the Lakers is a result of their poor offensive output or it's the Sonics' D.
No, I honestly think it's a poor offensive output. Because
they haven't getting to the rim.
Right? But they have been, though.
But they've been getting to the rim, yeah. They just haven't been making the shots.
The first period, I would say, yes, give credit to the Sonics defense.
Yeah.
The first period Sonic defense, second period I say it was poor Laker offense because they had plenty of opportunities. We talked about it going into the half that they just squandered. There's another opportunity. They were looking for a foul there, but I didn't see any foul going on at all.
Yeah, they're just not finishing.
Just didn't finish exactly.
Come on.
What's up, Pam?
I don't have a number 2 on here.
Baseline.
Scoville. That's right. Walkie Joseph bringing it up, passed it off to Altuve now, who is going to take his time and evaluate the situation. And nice, passes it off to, can't see the number.
Oh, what a pass.
To Boone. was a great pass, but took it back. Too much Sonic defense. Too many defensive players to do anything with it. Did you see what happened there? That boy got lost, didn't know what to do. He had the ball, and as Nestor Dudley would say, Mr. Mayor, his butt cheeks got tight.
Well, at least we know that his players listened to him.
He listened to his coach. His coach said, go for the glass. Even though he knew he wasn't going to make the shot, the Coach Amos wanted him to generate that foul so he can get 2 free ones, and here's the first. And nails it. See that? Turns into at least 1 point for Morales. If he hits the second one, that was a great coaching tactic by Coach Amos. Does not hit the second one. But still, finally, the Lakers at 10 points now in this game.
Oh, wow.
What a 3-point shot. Number 00, Zon Duong. Travel?
If they only gave points for passes, because Jeremy Altumi's had some great passes.
If they gave points for passes, the Lakers would be far ahead.
Yeah, they really would. He's made some beauties. They just can't convert them.
Altuve cannot be the only player scoring points going into the second half for the Lakers. They are not going to come back from a 15-point deficit, which is where they're at right now, if Altuve is the only person pressuring the defense for the Sonics. And right now, that's what's going on.
Yeah, I agree. What a pass. I mean...
And then not pressuring on defense, the Lakers. They just stood around there and watched.
And I'm surprised Coach Amos didn't call timeout right then.
Altuve was like absolutely stunned by that offensive display by the Sonics. Oh, a little offensive there, but not called, or defensive there, rather. No charge is what I'm...
I'm still surprised Coach Beanie Amos did not call timeout on that play. Were you?
You know what? Now that you pointed out, I agree.
I mean, he walked right in.
He seems very calm going after that play too. Like you'd think he'd be more upset.
Lucas Lima, what a move!
He's a great player from what I've seen today alone. I mean, he is a hidden gem on the Sonics, or against the Sonics rather. Excuse me. Number 0, Lucas Lima on the Sonics is going to be overshadowed in this game by number 2, Nick Schoville. But I'm telling you, Lima is a great player.
It doesn't matter.
Mike, who's the foul on? Okay.
Thing was on. It's a question of who the foul was on. That's what the issue is going on right now that you're seeing. He's not going to answer you, Coach Amos.
Last foul is goal. What number?
I don't think he remembers. I'm hearing 0 from 4. Number 4.
That foul's on number 4.
Morales. There's a line change happening here for the Sonics practically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of them coming in and coming out. 1, 2, count them. 3, 4, 5. It is a line change, Mr. Mayor. All 5 of them coming in.
Foul's on number 4. That last foul's on number 4.
Well, I think what the Sonics are starting to realize that they're up 17.
So try to get as many subs as possible. Of course, I agree. I mean, this is the third period, and you're up by a large amount. You got some time. You can throw your subs in there, eat up some minutes. This way, if it gets out of control, out of bounds right in front of us. It is going to be gold ball, and rightfully so. Good call by the official. The only reason why I say that is because I saw it.
Laker ball. Who's inbounding the ball? I don't care who inbounds it. Just get out of there.
Boone inbounds it to Altuve. Altuve is going to try to score, I think. I don't think he's passing. Oh, he did pass it back to Boone. Go for 3, just short. We have a wrestling match on the ground for the ball. Coach Amos before said he didn't care who inbounds it. This particular time, he wants Jeremy in there to inbound that ball. That was Jeremy Altume, by the way. Because, and you know why he wanted Altume to inbound the ball? Because it was right underneath the hoop.
That's right.
But it did not work out the way they wanted to. However, it still results in 2 points for the Lakers. And by Altume, for that matter. 27-12 going into 3 minutes and 20 seconds now in the third quarter. Sonics trying to answer that 3-pointer with one of their own, but that was terrible. Nice! He took it from coast to coast. Altume was not passing the rock that time. And now Boone with the rebound and muscles up for 2. Now that's some hard work down low underneath the basket
really
by
was.
Kenny Boone.
Lakers showing life.
The past couple of possessions, finally. Now that's the way the Lakers are supposed to be playing. Here's 3 possessions in a row. He's going to take it up by himself. He got both and the end one. Oh my! Woo! That even just got me up out of my seat.
That was incredible.
Now that Mayor Christensen has to make the highlight.
Has to.
That's got to be the #1 highlight all
Play of the week.
Day.
I mean, he went coast to coast.
He went coast to coast.
And look what he's done.
He went coast to coast, had pressure, scored, and he's about to do
And look
the
what he's
end one.
caused.
And he's caused another line change for the Sonics. Could not convert the 3, by the way. Did miss that free throw. And we are going to see another line change here at the next opportunity for the Sonics. Apparently that
What's up, Chuck?
3-possession flurry of offense by the Lakers has caused the Sonics coaches to second-guess their strategy. That's as I guess you could say the Sonics mentality is playtime is over.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, they're not taking any changes. They know if they win today, they're with the big boys.
Yes,
you know, so they cannot lose today, the Sonics.
They're circling around the deep end. They're just waiting to dive headfirst into it. And they need to get by the Lakers today in order to do so. Right now, they do have an 11-point lead. Make that.
Every time that kid has stepped up and
That a 14
tearjerker.
Absolutely, I can't believe it. And they've been high arcs too going into the hoop.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking by the time it leaves his hands, it's going over the basket or it's going to fall short, and it lands every time. Nice offensive rebound by the Lakers. Hot potato. Playing a little volleyball there. They were playing a little patty cake with the basketball. Wound up Lakers ball on the outside. And now it's going to go Sonic ball. Pass went out of bounds by the Lakers.
Yeah, this front line of the Sonics have stabilized things, as you can tell.
Well, it's kind of funny that you mentioned it, because if you think about it, that there was a much different pace of this game for the Lakers when the subs were in before the line change, the second line change. So I guess that answers our question, or your question that you had for me going into this quarter of who you give credit.
Hammer. You know Paul Hammersley.
Of course I do Paul Hammersley. Hammersley Photography, right?
Did you get a nice picture of him and I? Good guy right there. You know Go Ref Go, right?
He's a neighbor of mine, actually, yes. Where you living? You live in Linden, right?
No, I'm in Ward 1.
Oh, okay.
Ashland Street.
Thought I'd seen you coming out of the house.
You've seen me everywhere. No, you didn't see me in Linden.
No? Could have sworn.
Or maybe when I was, Morelli maybe.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that.
Okay, all right.
That's
That never happened. No, it's not a joke. That doesn't happen.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
2 o'clock DPW?
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
Lucas Lima.
As I was saying, so it answered, the line change by the Sonics answered the question that you had for me going into the beginning of this quarter of who we give credit to the low scoring by the Lakers. Do we give credit to the Lakers' poor offense, or do we give credit to the Sonic defense? Clearly, it's the Sonic defense.
Right.
It's almost like the coaches of the Sonics heard your question and said, let's go ahead and answer that question for them and put out our subs and see what happens.
Right.
Because it has been a completely different game these last 2 minutes of this third quarter with 45 seconds left to go.
Oh, what a pass. He's had a nice game, Lucas Lima.
Now it almost seems like, I know, exactly, what did I say? Lucas Lima is like the unsung hero of the Sonics right now. Everybody's talking about Nick Chauville. Nobody's talking about Lucas Lima. They are now. It's almost like the Sonics are saying in these last minute and a half after that second line change, when the Lakers had that little bit of scoring run on them, the Sonics are trying to nail the coffin shut in this third quarter before these final 20 seconds.
I agree.
By how aggressive they've been playing offense. It's almost like the Sonics said, all right, you want to try to score a few points on us? Well, this is what we're going to do. And, I thought he was going to hit that three to cement my point home, but did come up just a little short. 5 seconds left. The Lakers trying. I thought Altuve was going to score a basket with the final 3.5 seconds remaining. Instead, he's going to go to the line, shoot 2 points. And who was that foul on?
Chuck Taylor.
Chuck Taylor, the newly acquired Sonic player in the trade. The trade frenzy of the 2015 MNBL season. And Altuve nailed them both. Jeremy Rocker of the Sonics wanted a violation called. And that, I don't think it would have counted had it gone in anyway. But Coach Jeremy Rocker was looking for a violation on Altuve's second shot, trying to say that one of the Laker player that was far back ran into the paint before the ball hit them. But it didn't. It didn't. It was close, but it did not happen. That being said, going into the fourth and final period of this game, it is a 14-point difference. The Sonics are ahead 34-20. And the Lakers are going to have to pick up their offensive game if they want to go into the fourth period with any chance of catching the Sonics. I know 14 points can be caught. It is a catchable score, but the way the Sonics have been playing, I don't think it's going to happen.
I would agree. I would agree.
The Lakers' offense, not the defense, their offense really has to step up their game. I mean, they're not doing that terrible on defense. They've been able to keep the Sonics down to 14, roughly a 14 to 16 point lead. Now it's at 12 due to that score the Lakers just created. So you can't really say the defense has done terrible on this game. It's more the offense. They have not scored when they've had open baskets.
Pick up the pace, Jeremy. Come on, pick up the pace.
See, now Coach Amos is saying pick up the pace. I understand why he's saying that, because you are chasing 14 and you are fighting a clock as well. But I disagree with that. I think you need to play your own pace. Slow the Sonics down.
Wow. Lucas Lima.
See what happens when you try to pick up the pace? That's what happens. Now, don't get me wrong. Coach Amos definitely knows more than I do. I mean, he's been coaching in this league since day 2. The only person that's been coaching in this league longer than him is Steve Wright. And I don't even coach with him.
Here we go.
But I disagree with his strategy there. And look, the Sonics are exploiting it. They're looking for a +1. That was a pretty hard.
I thought he was fouled.
I don't think it was intentional. I think it was a foul. But I don't think it warranted Coach Jeremy Rocker yelling at the Laker player like that. I mean, all Accardi's trying to do is just make sure he's okay, because he looked pretty hurt. See, and this is what happens when you have a small.
I'm surprised he's not getting teed up. I gotta be honest with you.
That carries over to your players. I agree with you. He should be teed up, and he's getting ice grilled right now too, so he may be teed up. Cooler heads prevailed. We are going to resume to the game of playing basketball here, which is good. Love to see that. competitive basketball, Mayor Christensen. That's what you get when you come down to the Ferryway School.
Always with the MNBL.
We are down to our final 8.5 minutes. We had some moments of excitement in this game, but for the most part, it has been a one-sided game, as it still is. And it's, you know, the guy that was talking all kinds of smack that wasn't even involved in that foul is the guy that just threw up the worst three-point shot I've seen this game. So maybe he should stick to trying to play basketball. And so there he goes again.
He does get a mulligan. He's hit some beautiful threes today.
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree.
Sonic fouls on number 7. Mohammed Shawiki, third personal, 15.
So Coach Jeremy Rocker of the Sonics was looking for a technical foul on Altuve because he threw the ball down, but I believe he threw the ball after the whistle, if not around the same time of the whistle, so it's kind of hard to call a technical on that. I mean, I don't think he really threw the ball down either. The Sonics seem to like be reaching for technical fouls for some reason. I don't know why. That being said, Altuve trying to inbound the ball here for the Lakers. It was a double foul.
There goes Lima.
No call.
Wow. He's been the difference maker in my
Lima has
mind.
ultimately been the superstar. It was Chauville first period, but since then it's been all Lucas Lima for the Sonics. From I'd say the second half of the second period on, it's been all Lucas Lima. He is on fire.
What's the average per game, does it say?
I don't have the averages in front of me. There we go, there we go. There we go.
Altuve.
Oh, that's
17 again.
17-point difference.
Another 3 for 17.
Another line change for the Sonics, practically. Oh, no, it is a line change. All right, so the Sonics are going with the, we'll let you play some basketball on us for the next couple of minutes.
Well, I think they're thinking to themselves, hey, we're back up 18.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, you don't want to run the score up in this league either. You know, there's no need to do that. You don't get any extra points.
The only
for
change with
running the
this
score
line is they're going to keep Scoville in, probably
I saw
just to
that.
calm things, keep things calm.
Well, probably exactly just like you said, keep things calm, make sure they don't get out of hand. I was looking for the stat sheet I have every team but the Sonics. So I can't get you that stat you were looking for on Lima. What a 3 by Altuve. I thought he was going to nail it, but just a little off. It's a good attempt, though.
Tagliari. Is that size working to his favor?
Finally able to use
20-point
it.
lead.
So we should have a little bit better game, our third final game of the day coming up after this game. As we move up, the two teams that have moved up in the standings, that are higher up in the standings, it should be maybe a higher scoring game. All right, I don't do that. Oh, I found the Sonics. Here are Lima's averages if you're still interested.
Scoville.
And that's why they kept Scoville in the game.
This one's over. Here come the subs for the Lakers.
This is the mandatory substitution, I believe. Because I've seen the same 5 kids pretty much on the court for the Lakers all game. So this will be the mandatory substitution. I would guess. I'm just guessing. due to the substitutions that are about to happen, Mr. Mayor, I have no clue what's going on down that side of the court.
No need.
But based on who had the possession, I would assume a point was scored. Or maybe not. Who's that, number 2 for the Sonics? Nick Scoville, since the substitution, Nick Scoville is the only one that's really touched the ball on offense.
And that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
They're just trying to protect the lead now.
Tume just walked by me gassed. Definitely sucking wind.
He played hard.
He definitely
gave it his all.
Absolutely, he earned that, that's for sure. Much needed rest.
See, the Lakers just have no one down low that can put it back.
Nope. No offensive rebounding for the Lakers at all. I mean, it's hard enough when you're missing one attempt, but when you can't get a second or third attempt and one attempt's all you're getting, you're not going to score that way. It's all about the law of averages, too.
Yeah.
Only one man to defend him, and he blew the bunny. Could not capitalize after the basket either, after the missed attempt. And the score is just going up and up.
Yeah, the
and
Lakers
up
have just
and
packed
up.
it in.
Yeah, you can definitely tell they're mailing the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds of this game in, that's for sure. So that being said, since the Lakers are mailing this in, you think the Sonics will continue to run away with it? Or do you think they're just going to play conservative basketball from this point on?
Conservative.
Based on that rush down the other end, I'd say they're playing pretty aggressive. Trying to run away with it. Another foul. You can hear that one from over here. While we have under 2 minutes, anybody else you'd like to say hello to while we have an opportunity? Anybody out there that might be watching?
Well, I
Say
think
Paul Hammond's
after the week I've had, I'm kind of hiding. You know?
I don't blame you. As your office has been flooded with phone
Oh, yeah,
calls.
you name it. Yep. And we're going to meet tomorrow on Sunday to start looking at next week's storm, if you can believe it.
You only have about a day or so to prepare for it.
Yeah. It's interesting today. I just saw that this blizzard, these past 5 days, we've had as much snow as any 5-day period in state history.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it
a little
really
fun
is.
fact.
Yeah.
I don't know how fun it is, but it's a
Yeah.
fact. Well, let me ask you a question, if I can, and if it's too intensive a question, you have the right to decline to answer.
Sure.
Now, Malden school systems have been closed all week for public safety, for the safety of the school kids. It's just not safe to walk out there. It's common knowledge. It's common sense knowledge out there. It's tough to walk. It's sidewalks and hard to put snow places. After we get this other 16 to 19 inches come Monday, you're going to do the same thing?
We may. That's why we're meeting tomorrow to, determine whether or not we should.
Now, you and I think only one other city in this area did that, where they shut down for the whole week. Now, most of the cities and towns in this area were shut down until like a day or two after the storm, where you guys decided, City of Malden decided to shut down that extra day or two.
Well,
it
it should be noted that Friday was already off due to it being a professional development day.
Okay, see, I didn't
So
know.
that was a factor for
So
us.
Thursday was really the only day.
Correct. And even without that, I think we knew based on what was coming, there wasn't any way we were going to be able to get to the schools until like today, when you see them outside on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So chances are we would have been closed anyway. But I think our philosophy has been over the past couple of years is to try and give as much notice as possible so families can make alternative arrangements instead of just, doing it night by
Day
night.
by day.
Yeah, day by day, yeah.
I'm sure the parents might appreciate that too. I'm sure not
Yeah,
all of them do.
you can make arguments on both sides,
Yeah.
but to me, I've always felt the more notice, the better.
Absolutely. Especially when you're talking with those that have daycare or have
Exactly.
have jobs.
Yeah. Now, is it me or these last 2 minutes felt like 10
I
minutes?
can't believe we still have a minute and
I know.
13 seconds left. I feel like I just did a 30-minute talk show segment with you, and we still have a minute and 5
know.
seconds left to play in the game. And it's 52-29 with exactly 1 minute left in this game, and it's safe to say the Sonics. Do you have the standings in front of you?
I do.
So the Sonics will improve now to 4-2. The Lakers will drop down to 2-5, and that will bring the Sonics up a half a game as of today, because the Kings are not playing today. So they'll move a half a game up on the Kings in first place. The Lakers will, of course, drop down in the standings. About 22 seconds left.
Lakers fouls on number 0. His third personal and fifth team.
And who do we have coming up in the third game? We
Third
have the
game will
Hawks.
be the Pistons and the Hawks.
Hawks and the
Pistons at 1-4. Hawks at 5-1.
Green ball. He tried a fancy move under the hoop to try to save him going out of bounds, but could not get it done.
He actually shot that ball up 20.
Yeah. Surprising. I don't think it was intended. It's sort of one of those reactionary
sure.
things, you know. No fouls, I heard. No fouls, and yet they're still playing aggressive. Let him get the shot off. He can. All right, this game is over.
It is, mercifully, yes.
Mercifully, yes. Final score 57-31. Sonics beating the Lakers, putting a beating on the Lakers in the meantime.
Sonics go to 4-2. Lakers drop to 2-5.